Trump recently declared that several trillions of dollars would be moving through the stock market, cryptocurrency market, and XRP. Right now, a lot of liquidity is emerging, and it's not simply in the form of rate reductions. In the United States of America, enormous quantities of investment are also taking place at the moment. And this is for a reason. A rationale exists for the skyrocketing capital expenditures of all the major corporations. People are currently investing a lot of money in blockchain technology and artificial intelligence for a reason. The reason for this is that we are about to witness one of the most significant periods of economic expansion that the United States of America, or any other economy, has likely ever had. And because of how completely crazy this is, that is exactly what I am discussing with you all here today. It was shocking to learn that Nvidia would be investing roughly $5 billion in Intel. You may be asking, what does this have to do with the world of XRP? Actually, it's pretty easy. Looking at how big businesses are using their capital, whether they are making large investments or retracting, gives us a great idea of where we are in the business cycle, which has a direct impact on the amount of money in circulation and the liquidity of the markets. And it's a rather encouraging thing when we see these kinds of investments. And that's the exact reason why, in spite of all the other current economic situations, such as rising unemployment rates, the S&P 500 and the cryptocurrency market are still climbing. Now that the Fed is in this position, unemployment rates won't keep rising. Rates will continue to be lowered. They will keep flooding the economy with enormous sums of money. This implies that the celebration will continue for a long time to come. Indeed, short-term volatility is all but assured. But in order to gain a sense of what the future holds for XRP, we must examine long-term forecasts and the actions of these companies. Now, this is only one example of numerous investments, and it is not a minor one. However, I wanted to focus on Donald Trump and a statement he made because he made a quite significant speech on Fox News. Today, I would like to share this with you all and share my ideas with you. This year, about $17 trillion will be invested in our nation. 17 trillion, which is a lot more than we had the year before. And it's only been almost 9 months and we're already making good progress. It's incredible. I mentioned that we are in the third, fourth, and fifth months. $17 trillion. They are essentially on track to accomplish it this year. That sum of money is ridiculous. These days, the money is coming from all over the world. It originates in China. It originates in Vietnam, Japan, Europe, the United Kingdom, and possibly Canada. For various reasons, they are all making investments in the United States. Artificial intelligence comes in front, followed by blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies. Together, these two technologies are radically altering the modern world and paving the way for this new era. Additionally, the United States is viewed as a leader in the IT sector by people worldwide, making it simple to invest large sums of money in these markets since they are most likely the greatest places to do so. You may leave the dysfunctional financial system, watch your assets increase, and of course participate in the next generation of innovations, can gain an unfair advantage from that. Over the past 3 years, you could have made life-altering sums of money if you had been investing in the S&P 500 or numerous technology-based ETF funds. Investing in XRP is no different. You would have more than $6 additional now if you had invested a respectable sum of money in XRP and had been buying it regularly over the last 3 years. This is only the beginning, but that is truly amazing. Due to the fact that these businesses are now doubling down. In order to scale their products and offerings to a point where they will be appealing to billions of customers rather than just millions, these blockchain companies like Ripple are now doubling down and investing billions and billions more dollars. Additionally, the technology will continue to advance until eventually everything in the world will be infinitely more productive than it is now. Now, there are still some alarming events occurring at the moment. The number of manufacturing employment is still declining. Now, whether you believe it or not, I think this is a really beneficial thing in the short run because the Fed will keep lowering interest rates as long as jobless data persists, which means tech stocks and digital assets will continue to be able to access financing and make additional investments. Accordingly, One of the better areas to search at the moment is most likely the cryptocurrency arena. In my view, at least, when it comes to you are aware that it is irrelevant to increase your wealth while avoiding the declining value of the US dollar or other fiat currencies. You might be in Canada. Since all of these currencies have the same issue, perhaps you're in the UK. All of them are printing it out of existence. In 100 years, it will all be for nothing. We are all aware of this. Therefore, why not be a part of the future? In other words, when we see jobs statistics that is so weak and keeps getting weaker every month, especially given what we are currently witnessing, in August alone, 12,000 industrial jobs were eliminated. Given that the Fed doesn't function in the same manner as you may think, this is a strong indication that rates will continue to decline. Perhaps they would essentially look at the previous quarter before examining the trend of where are things going, and do they base their decisions on that? You see, they're looking backwards. They're looking at statistics from the past and they're continually changing them, usually in a negative way. In other words, it basically suggests that they will keep lowering rates if this keeps up. Before the year ends, they have already predicted another rate cut. You should learn all you need to know from it. These markets will become much more volatile than they are now if there is even a 50 basis point reduction in the two rate cuts that are scheduled to occur before the end of this year. I will see all of you very soon. Thank you for viewing, and if you appreciate the content, please hit the like button and subscribe. Peace out.